Okay, so y'all ready or no? Just kidding. I'm starting out with a primer that fills in any pores and fine lines. I want that super smooth finish to my skin. And then I'm going in with the Elcie Micro Silk Foundation in the shade Sand. You guys know this stuff is my jam. I love it so much. I first apply it with a foundation brush and then spread it all over my face. If I feel like I need to go back in with some more foundation, I just spot conceal on the areas I want to have fuller coverage. And then I just blend everything in with my beauty blender and my face looks flawless. I am whipping out this Makeup Forever Pro Conceal palette and we will be, you guessed it, sculpting that face. So what I am doing is contouring all the areas I want to appear smaller, which are my cheekbones, temple, forehead area, and my jawline. And to blend everything out, I am just using a very dense brush and pressing it right into my skin and then going over with a beauty blender to soften everything up. I am taking my foundation and sliding it right underneath my contour to sharpen it out a little bit more. I didn't want to use a lighter concealer for this step because I don't want the super high contrast between my concealer and contouring shade. And if you feel like you blended away a little bit too much, you can always go back in and make it a little bit more defined. Now it's time for the concealer part, and I'm not doing anything too crazy, but I'm just going to be placing it on the center of my face and underneath my eyes to cover up any dark circles, discoloration, and we're gonna do a little bit of highlighting to balance everything out. So my forehead, the center of my nose, cupid's bow, chin area, and underneath my eyes, and then blending it out with my beauty blender. To set my concealer, I am using the Wet n Wild contour palette and taking the yellow tone powder to set the areas that I just highlighted. I'm also taking a little bit underneath my contour since makeup tends to rub off in that area first due to touching our face and leaning on our hands. I'm going to be taking multiple bronzers today because I'm just extra like that, but this is the Cover FX bronzer in Suntan, and I'm just further defining that contour and then blending it out as I go. And then I decided I want a little bit more extra bronzing, so I'm taking that cute little Benefit brush that comes with the bronzer and I'm further just deepening up my cheekbones. I am so sorry, but I do not know where you guys can find this blush. I've had it in my makeup collection. I think my mom gave this blush to me like years ago, but it's a very beautiful warm tone orangey peachy blush and I absolutely love it. And then for my highlighter, I'm going really soft today. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and I forgot the name. I'll have a link down below, but I'm just placing that all up in my face. For the brows, I'm using the new Benefit brow products and this is the angled brow pencil and I actually really like it. Love the formula and it makes doing your brows really easy. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be priming them with this Too Faced Eyeshadow Insurance Primer and then taking MAC Soft Brown. Kylie had a very cool tone brown smoky eyes, so MAC Soft Brown is really good transition shade. It's not too warm and it's not too cool, it's right in between. So what I'm doing with Soft Brown is just placing it into my crease and my lower lash line, and I'm also rounding it out at the edges. This is the transition shade, so it's not going to be very pigmented, but it's just going to help all the other colors blended nicely together. Taking Naked from the Naked Basics palette, I'm just further defining that crease and the lower lash line. This is a little bit more of a grayer toned brown, so that is just perfect for kind of adding a little bit more definition into our crease and lower lash line. I decided I want a little bit more gray in my eyeshadow today, so I'm just placing a tiny bit of gray in the outer corners and the lower lash line and smoking it out. And then for the winged liner, I'm going to be using an eyeshadow actually. This is a dark brown chocolatey eyeshadow that I'm going to be using as eyeliner today, and make sure that your wings are very small and thin towards the end because that's how Kylie Jenner always has them. The eyeliners obviously look really different on my eyes compared to hers because our eye shape is very different, but that's okay. I just know that Kylie Jenner always has like a very thin, slicked, like flicked out wing, and it's nothing too crazy, so that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm adding a little bit more of Naked in the crease to add a little bit more definition. And then this is MAC Smolder Eye Pencil. You can use a brown or a black, and I'm applying that in the waterline. And then you can go in with your mascara, and then here I'm just applying my individual eyelashes. Kylie always has like the super wispy, flirty, long lashes, so that is what I'm trying to do here today. And they're a little bit hard to apply, but you get used to them. These are the lip kits in Dolce K, and it's just a beautiful nude with a gray undertone. So just find anything similar and that should work just fine. And I am just cleaning around the edges of the lipstick just to kind of make it a little bit more sharper and cleaner. But that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.